Disconnect the cable and turn the lights out. Let her know her grandchild is a baby and not a paycheck. Private school, daycare, medical bills, I pay that. I love your mom and everything. See, I ain't the only one who lay down. She wanna rip you up, start a custody war. My lawyer, stay down.
YouTube, it's the king, the one, the only, Hell Real. And I'm tuning into you live without Honey due to the thunderstorm here in Michigan. She wasn't able to make it. But we still gonna give y'all a good show. Hell by itself, you feel me? Let's go. So today we're gonna talk about the Aretha Franklin movies. One done by Clive Davis, one done by the Franklin family. The movies both was interesting. I suggest y'all to go check them both out. Me personally, I lean more so towards the Genesis movie. Very much credible. I think a lot of people tried to downplay it and say it wasn't credible because the family didn't directly tell the story. But come on now, we all know when a family tell a story, especially these celebrity families, they tend to not give you all the details, not make it as interesting as, let's say, the fans probably would be hoping for. So I think with the Genesis movie, they most definitely gave you all that. They gave you all the details. The Respect movie, I feel like was more so watered down almost. It was very interesting to tell the difference. What really made the Genesis movie a lot better was that it was an 8-hour series. It was 8 parts to it, so they had way more time to explain the whole family dynamic, or at least as much as possible versus the movie. A lot of great points I want to try to point out is the Aretha Franklin mother situation.
Morning, Mrs. Jennings.
Morning to you too, Sister Franklin. Is the Reverend home?
No, he's in Detroit. Another speaking engagement. I had to stay here with the baby coming.
All the way up in Michigan.
He'll be back next week. Is there something I can help you with, sister?
No. No, ma'am. It's not that important. Sorry.
Will you join me for some tea?
No, ma'am. I won't be taking up no more of your time.
Anybody who know the Queen of Soul knows that it was a big mystery with her father being C.L. Franklin. He raised the girls, their brother Cecil. The mother and the father separated in early days, and nobody could really figure out why. And now in the Genesis movie, we got a little glimpse of what really happened in the marriage.
Why is there a second crib here with CL's name on it?
This is the crib we ordered.
Oh, I'm sure it's just a mistake. You know how Walker is. He insists on being in charge of everything.
But why would CL be buying another crib?
I'm sure Walker put CL's name on the other tag by mistake.
It could happen. Walker's a good husband.
And CL's a good husband, too.
We all try to follow the Lord's lead.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Jennings came by just the other day. Said so. Mildred, come on out here.
Yes, Mama.
What you got here? Thank you, baby. You done with everything inside like I told you?
C.O. Franklin allegedly fathered a child with a minor back in the day, and that caused a lot of friction with him and his wife.
I always had suspicions, but I made excuses. He's got temptations. He can't help his appetites. But at your core, I thought you were a good, loving man. But you are not a good man. You are evil and disgusting.
Who's been talking to you?
You made a baby with a child. A 12-year-old.
That girl was, she...
Take your bags. Go.
After that, I think things was already in turmoil. It was in their hometown. They relocated to Tennessee, and then they moved over to New York. And then the father decided to move to Michigan, and the mother didn't go with him. And I know that caused a big, stir of things. And the media had a frenzy with how everything played out.
It's called the shy, withdrawn girl. Our mother never deserted us. Her husband, a former street corner wheeler dealer. Last year, Aretha's husband, Ted White, roughed her up in public. It was not the first such incident. Why? Why would he say this? That I'm obsessed with soap operas, that my songs are all about sex?
Because it's a piece of trash. Written by a no-account white man. And after we let him into our house, I knew we should have trusted him.
We didn't trust him. We didn't trust him. We were careful about the way we spoke, what we said, how we acted.
We'll just go back into the studio and make hits. That's what we do.
How the hell did he know all this shit? Did you speak to him by yourself? Did you tell him about our personal life?
Why would I tell him that?
I most definitely think because of the separation between Aretha's parents, it most definitely affected Aretha and her life and the decisions that she ended up making later on in life.
I knew your mother. She had that same shine you got. She'd be proud of you.
I don't think Mama would be proud of me having a baby.
If your mama was around, that baby wouldn't have happened. Is the father helping? You ain't got to tell me who he is. All I want to know is he helping?
It's all right, Sammy. You don't have to worry about me.
Outside of Aretha's mom and dad divorcing and the effect that it had on the marriage and on the kids' upbringing, one of the hottest topics that was burning about the movie was the father of Aretha's oldest child. They actually have one back and forth about whether it was her father's or if it was another guy from the neighborhoods. And the movie never touched on it, but I thought it was very interesting when they played a certain clip.
Big Mama. I think something's wrong with me. I haven't been feeling so good.
Oh, what's the matter, baby?
Well, my tummy's been feeling sick, and my monthly hasn't come. Not for a while.
Well, how long has it been?
4 months.
Get up, come here. Do you feel different inside? Like everything's moving faster?
I don't know. Mama says when you don't get your monthly, you have a baby.
Do you know how you get a baby? Who did this to you? A boy at school? Someone on the road? Who did this to you, Lurie?
What's that?
Lurie isn't feeling well.
I might have a baby inside me.
Road is a wild place, Mama.
I wanted her to stay home. You insisted. She's too young to be out there. All these children are living without a mother. And the first time that I let that precious child out of my sight, this happens. The boy who did this must be held accountable.
We could waste time and chase after worldly justice, or we could simply accept that this is a part of the mission.
One thing about that clip that really stood out to me was the way that C.O. Franklin responded. He didn't want to go hold the person accountable. It seemed like he just instantly wanted to move on. It seemed like the grandmother knew something was wrong too. I really loved the way that she handled it and tried her hardest to speak up for it. She later on goes on to raise the kids, not just that one child, but all the children that came through the Franklin family.
I'm right here. I'm right here, baby. Settle down. Oh, man. Are you hungry? No? I'm the blue one. Big Mama, he won't stop fussing.
Well, did you check his diaper?
I'm not a good mother, am I?
Nah, you're good. You're beautiful.
So I could see and understand a little bit the hurt that she was having. And just being a father myself, it's really hard for me to understand how C.O. Franklin would handle the situation the way that he did. You know, I kind of expected more for him. Kind of lost a little respect during watching this series. But I really gained some respect for Grandma Franklin.
We're going to take you to Dr. Stewart.
Okay. Are you mad?
No, baby. And this is not gonna stop you from singing or from going to school. Isn't that right, Mama?
We're all gonna pitch in. And this baby will be the family's baby.
That's right. This is not gonna stop you from what you were meant to do.
There was a lot of speculations online, all over YouTube, Google, in the streets from the south to the north, hell to the west coast to the Big Apple. Everybody was wondering about Aretha Franklin's first son. It was and all that drama that went off with her will after she died and stuff. A lot of people was in question about C.L. Franklin. I don't know if he a junior or the third, but I know her oldest son name is C.L. Franklin. And I don't want to make this video too long, but you could look it up online. Aretha eventually did an interview where she said all of her children is named after their father. And as you can see in the clip from the Genesis movie, the mother said he had fathered a child with a 12-year-old, and Aretha actually had her first child at 12. And a little bit of that is softly touched upon in the Genesis series, and it's not going to be anywhere else on the internet or in the movie or anywhere else. So it's very important that you pay attention to all the clips and songs. The Genesis movie, you see how people really like hammered her a lot about her relationship with her mom.
Why do the Franklins act like they so much better than everybody else? You was pregnant when you was 12. Your mama left you and probably died of heartbreak because your daddy couldn't keep his business out the streets. That's your life, Bree. Deal.
Aretha's mother was a beautiful gospel songstress, a devoted wife, a woman that adored her children. It was really sad to see what happened between her and Aretha's father, C.L. Franklin. It do kind of seem like it kind of broke her heart.
Caught me in the street.
Stop! Stop it!
Remember, honey, you're upsetting the children.
It was just like this with your wife, poor Barbara. That's so.
Keep my wife out your mouth.
She left you and the children because she got tired of your girlfriend.
You ain't clean enough to be airing my dirty laundry.
What was I thinking, being with you?
You got tired of being trash, thinking it'd be nice to be more respectable.
Respectable. Respectable.
Oh, nah.
Years ago.
Now, hold up. My past ain't got nothing to do with you.
You had relations?
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth up there.
That's you. I'll tell him not to hit you. I'll tell him to treat you right.
The movie's about Aretha Franklin and her life and her career. But I noticed 4 topics stayed the same in both the series and the movies, and that would be her mother, Ted White, which is her ex-husband, her children, and her father. Those 4 topics seem to be talked about in the series and in the movie. But what I noticed the difference was the detail about that. So I really want to break it down and tell you about why Genesis was such a great movie, man, and why y'all should go check out the series.
Just got to flaunt your power.
There will never be another one like me.
Obviously, when you're talking about the Aretha Franklin movies, people like to compare Jennifer Hudson toward Cynthia. People are more favorable to Jennifer Hudson because she's more popular. I think Cynthia really did a really good job on capturing Aretha at different decades in life. Like with Aretha having over a 30-year run of a career, I think it was real interesting seeing Cynthia go through those decades. I want to add, just because I said I think the Respect movie is a little watered down, I still want to say Jennifer Hudson, Marlon Wayans, Ford Whitaker, all the actors that was involved did an amazing job. The young woman that played Aretha, the lady that played her mother, I'm trying to think of everybody. Everybody did an amazing job in the Respect movie. Of course, they had a huge budget. Everybody looked beautiful. They sounded beautiful. They did an amazing job. And we're going to get into the clip. Let's go. I say the first thing we want to talk about is C.L. Franklin.
How is Aretha doing?
Aretha's doing all right.
Just all right. Singing is sacred, And you shouldn't do it just because somebody wants you to. What's most important is that you are treated with dignity and respect.
You're special, Ree. You have a talent they call genius.
You better think about what you're trying to do to me.
How old is she?
She's 10, but her voice is going on 30, honey.
Let my go, let yourself be free.
How many albums have you had?
4.
And no hits.
I need you to focus and avoid frivolous distractions.
Honey, find the songs that move you. Until you do that, you ain't going nowhere.
His relationships, even with his daughter, to his personal relationships.
Why did you leave?
You don't remember?
Remember what?
Nothing.
Versus in Genesis movie, they kind of attacked Mr. C.L. Franklin's personal life, where his personal relationship was on full display. His relationships with his daughter was on full display. You know, a lot of things that happened in the earlier days of her career was on full display. And I thought was real interesting when you watch the movie was a lot of this information that came from the Genesis movie.
Mama and Daddy didn't fight. Wait, you're not joking? Joking about what? You don't remember? Even I remember, and I was just 3 or 4. Remember what?
Aretha, we used to climb up on the roof and sing as loud as we could to drown them out.
She makes a conference. I don't want to give it away. She makes a reference to Mr. Clive Davis on, you know, having this tight bond with him and confiding in him. And yeah, it was a really good watch. I want to take in consideration the whole family. When I was giving y'all the story, being Detroit is my hometown, I just felt obligated to at least speak on it, with her being the queen of soul and the queen of Detroit. So we want to most definitely speak on that. We want to talk about Tammy and Waka, man, which was one of my favorite celebrity couples. I really love them. I was able to look up to them in different ways throughout the years, and I heard that they had quietly had a little separation. I was hoping it wasn't a divorce. They had just got their show.
Most people get married, they go on their honeymoon, they come home to their new life. For us, it's like a war zone.
The contractors ran off of my money.
That's our money. Get mad, Timmy. It's your fault.
I don't mind being a house husband.
She could have had an R&B career, but she been behind me.
Studio time can crush artists' budgets.
I'm not worried about it.
Man.
Might have been pre-pandemic when they filmed the Tammy and Waka show on WeTV, and now it's all in shambles. I'm hoping they get a season 2. Maybe we can see them work on building that back up, but who knows. Next thing I wanted to talk about was Bravo versus VH1. Now they not into no type of network beef, at least not that I'm aware of. But I wanted to speak on how VH1 fumbled the bag during the pandemic, man. Bravo, I know they both networks dropped ratings, but I'd say the storylines for Love and Hip Hop was trash this season. And I don't know if it's just me or do y'all feel the same way, but it seemed like Love and Hip Hop Atlanta may be coming to an end soon. I know we got to pick it up after the pandemic, speed the storyline back up, but the last 2 seasons was pretty disappointing. I know a lot of fans have said that online, and me being a fan myself, I kind of feel like that too. I was kind of disappointed seeing this last Monday that this the season finale. So yeah, we kind of got to see what's gonna be happening with that. I think they need to bring some new blood in there, bring some old fan favorites back, spice the show up, man. Next topic I want to talk about be NeNe Leakes. My condolences to go out to the Leakes family, losing a soldier, Greg Leakes. I was real devastated on hearing that. Me, my mother, my family, all the women in my family is huge NeNe Leakes fans, so they did take it, you know, very devastating. Like, it was crazy, you know. But so many things in that conversation that I don't kind of want to touch bases on and sound hypocritical or anything. But I had know like a year prior to Greg Don, the blogs had ran with this story of NeNe Leakes dating a new man. And now I'm starting to understand what was going on there. Maybe Greg had knew that the cancer was going to be severe. Maybe they both knew and they had this talk. And with that, NeNe was given permission to go ahead and start her chapter so she don't be in so much of a shamble once Greg died. And I think that's why you able to see, or we're able to see, NeNe so refreshed, and it seemed like they handled a lot before Greg died, and she pretty much had peace. And it's refreshing to see. I just wish she was still on the show so the fans could see it after they done fell in love with her after all these years. I know it'd be great to see her and her boys and see how everybody dynamic is changed. But who am I? That's just my thoughts. Another thing I want to talk about was the BMF movie. You know, it's a new movie coming for the BMF boys. A new movie coming out. I think it's called BMF The Family. If I'm not mistaken, and it's on HBO. That's another good check out. I believe debuted yet. It should be coming out like any day now or real soon. I'm gonna drop down in the description and give y'all more information about it. And last but not least was the FBI indictment on Detroit. I don't know if y'all seen the blogs. The FBI raided the city here in Detroit for the city council members, taking 3 of them down. 1 of them actually already is charged. 2 of them is found with a lot of stuff that was in these FBI reports. We need y'all to get out here and vote, man. Raise the suspension. Use your voice. And we gonna be here. We gonna be here to talk about this stuff each and every week, man. We gonna be here 3 times a week. So make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all can check us out. It's the King, man. Hey, look, this is the King first time working with this little cartoon head or this cartoon filter background. When I look down at my notes, it looked like this. Work with me, man.